Okay, it's here, the Duromax, 18 horsepower. Real generic gasoline engine. Let's check it out. I would like to say that FedEx did a great job of getting it here. Relatively undamaged. A little corner of the box was broken over here. But, I mean, I've seen people rather online say their tanks come dented and stuff. We'll see how this one looks. Okay. Here it is. Super stoked. It looks like it came with incredibly cheap, but included battery leads. There it is. 18 horsepower, 440 cc. Okay, here it is. This is a 440 cc, although it looks pretty much just like any other Honda clone of the GX390 that I've ever seen. Noting that the key set for the ignition does not come pre-mounted, but maybe that's for shipping purposes. It is packaged over here neatly. By the way, everything looks like it made it completely undamaged. The motor looks awesome. I don't know why it's blue though. I don't know if I love that. But it was a steal of a deal. And for 18 horsepower supposed output, for 320 bucks or whatever, killer deal. I noticed that the throttle control here does not want to budge at all, which is kind of funny. I know I'd have to loosen it probably anyway to hook up the throttle. This is, by the way, the application is a 1979 Yamaha G1 golf cart. I'll kind of give you guys a little sneak peek of over here. It's all coming together now. I just have to put together the engine mount. Got a brand new drive belt that's hopefully long enough, or it might even be too long. We'll have to see as it comes together. Need to refill the transaxle with some brand new synthetic gear oil. And mounted to this engine is a Vegas Carts. This is like a Comet Salisbury 780 centrifugal clutch. Obviously a 1-inch bore, 1/4-inch keyway. And this is supposedly re-engineered for a golf cart application, which will be awesome. The original motor in this was, I believe, 212 cc, and it put out about 7 or 8 horsepower. I'm obviously over doubling that, and I imagine I'm leaving it governed, by the way, guys, for a decent amount of time for the break-in period. And then I'll probably pull the governor out, do the valve springs, maybe a few other smaller valve train mods. Not looking to go too crazy with it, but Eventually I'll plan to unrestrict it unless I'm happy with it. I'm okay with not a crazy top end speed. I'm excited to have crazy amounts of torque. Really hoping I can break the tires loose. So we'll see, but I wanted to add too, I believe I'll connect the throttle cable to the little arm here, and then obviously the cable will articulate and actuate that movement in the carburetor. So we'll see. I have to kind of mock it all up now and get it put together over the weekend. So thanks for checking it out. Couldn't resist, got the clutch mounted up. It took me a second to figure out the keyway. Here was the included one, but obviously the Vegas cartridge was much longer and it was like flat and then 1/4 inch wide. Had to flip it on its side. But I didn't know if there was a torque spec on this, so I just kind of snugged it with a box wrench. It's on there. Hear the piston moving. I did notice some very interesting things though. If we turn the corner here, I've never seen whatever this is attached to the exhaust there. Probably some kind of California hippie thing. And then also down here, there's some kind of bung on there to connect a hose, and I can only assume it's emissions related. This is a California compliant, so I'm assuming it's something like that. You can see it's plumbed over here to the carb and the air filter. So no idea what these two things do necessarily. Maybe they'll come off one day. But I'm just gonna run it just like this for now and try to just literally bolt this sucker in, hook up a throttle cable. The manual did pretty cool. On the first page, after all this, it literally talks about connecting a remote control throttle, and obviously shows you there's different ways to do that, and it says it's okay to loosen this nut. I still wonder why it's so tight. So we'll see. Another thing that I kind of have a few questions about here, maybe some of the clone engine guys can answer for me. But obviously there's no run stop switch since it's a electric start, but because the key switch box here, which was mounted and then removed, like I said, probably for shipping, I have no idea how to wire this. I'll show you guys the wiring diagram back of the book here. Dumb. But anyway, that's obviously the most simplistic diagram you could possibly lay out, and it's with a kill switch, which I don't have over here. Also, there's 5 wire leads over here coming out of the key switch box, and I have 1 loose connection over here. I know this is low oil sensor stuff, and I've kind of deduced that this is going to be the pole for positive battery. But like I said, I have no idea where these other leads go, and there's no clear diagram. So any help would be appreciated, and thanks.